or a teacher. Also, a step-by-step method for getting started and earning large amounts of money almost immediately. There is no reason you shouldn't be able to earn at least, and I'm going to keep it down right now, at least minimum of $100,000 to $200,000 in your very first year in this business, part-time. Part-time. Do you hear what I just said? And if you did it full-time, a lot more, but I don't want to mention those numbers right now. I don't think it's appropriate. So and in the second year, I would think that you'd want to be earning at least $250,000 to $500,000 in your second, maybe your third year. But that's if you're really part-time. Now, why do I have the right to say that? Who can tell me? Why do I have the right to say it? Why do I have the right to teach that? Because the reality is that, you know, I said you can earn $20,000 to $100,000 in a single weekend. Yes? I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't earn $20,000 to $100,000 in a weekend. For $100,000 in a weekend, I would be in my jacuzzi. I can do that in my home in Hawaii, or in my home in Turks and Caicos, or in my home in Lake Tahoe, or in my home in Scottsdale. I have a few homes that I like to be in. So it needs to be worth my while to come out of the jacuzzi. The reason I can $20,000 to $100,000 in a weekend is because I generally earn, when I come out and do some little bit of work here, somewhere between $1 and $3 million a weekend. The only reason I tell you that is so you understand there's some credibility behind what we're going to teach you. Yes? Would you like to learn how to make $20,000 or $50,000 or $100,000 a weekend from someone who earns $2 or $3 million a weekend? Yes? Would you like to learn the exact template so you can do it for the rest of your life? Do you know that it won't be every single weekend that you're working? You understand that, yes? See, if I do. I can, but that's taken a while to build up. And I'm not recommending that for you. I'm not recommending it either. Let's have a little easier life. Is that okay? What if it was only crummy, like you only made $100,000 a weekend, let's cut it in half. Only $50,000 a weekend. And it wasn't every weekend, it was every 2 months. So what would that be? 6 times 50 is what? $300,000 a year, £300,000 a year. Raise your hand if would that be terrible? Would that be okay? For teaching what you love? For teaching what's your duty to teach? Yes or yes?
Yes.
So let's under-promise on this one. Okay. One more thing here. Raise your hand if you've ever thought of writing a book. Come on. Raise your hand if you'd like to have a best-selling book. Come on, where are you? If your hand is up, you will be the first people to register to this course. Here's why. Let me explain this to you. I'm going to give you a secret. I'm full of secrets today, aren't I? Do you like them? Are they worthwhile? Do they smell like they actually work in the real world? I'm going to give you a secret about being a best-selling author. See this book over here? It's called Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. Where's my book over here? Do I have one? All right. Oh yeah, here it is. Thanks. This is a special edition copy. Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. This book, there's over 1 million copies in print. And as you know, it's in many, many other languages. Somebody holds up your books in other languages. You got these books all, they're in Poland, they're in Italian, they're in Moroccan, they're in 41 languages. I'm not even counting those. Just the English version is 1 million in print. So do you think I know how to sell books? Do you know do I know how to be a best-selling author? This book has been a New York Times bestseller for 2.5 years. Do you know how many other books have been on New York Times bestseller for that long? 4. or in the last decade. This book here is one of the top-selling books, business books of the decade. Understand? So, do I have something to share with you? Can I give you the secret to having a best-selling book? Here's the secret. The Wall Street Journal did an article on me. I couldn't believe it. My picture, my book, everything. The Wall Street Journal, on the front page of the marketplace section. P.R. Becker, how did you become a best-selling author? There's a secret. The secret is this. You have to have an audience. If you think that you can become a best-selling author simply by getting your book into the bookstore, you are either really crazy or really uninformed. It doesn't work like that. In fact, you can't even get it in the bookstore unless you can prove sales. Understand? So, how do you become a best-selling author? You start like I did. It's a group of 8 people in your house and you feed them lunch. And then a month later you have 10 people. And 3 months later you have 40 people. And 12 months later you have 120 people. We have ways of shortening that up, by the way. But you have an audience. That audience purchases your book. They like you. Yes or yes? From there, they tell other people. We show you actually how to get your few people who bought the book to get them out to everyone else. And pretty soon, the bookstores want your book. And the bookstores still won't sell a ton of books. They don't sell a lot of books. You know who sells a lot of books? You, from your stage. That's who sells a lot of books. Otherwise, it's really, really a bad move to write a book. It takes a lot of time for very little return, unless it's offering something else. And you know what it offers, don't you? It offers your next seminar. Yes or yes? You get my drift at all? You need to have a ready-made audience, a ready-made database in order to become a best-selling author. Through joint ventures you can do stuff, but nobody will joint venture with you if you don't have anything to offer them. You need to have a database. The best database you can possibly have is your own students, all right? Now, by the way, just so you know, for Secrets to the Millionaire Online, I got an advance. You know what an advance is, right? When the book publisher gives you money before you write it. Would you like to know what my advance was? Listen closely. I got the largest advance in the history of publishing for an unpublished author. I hadn't had a book published before. Meanwhile, it was self-published. The first book I've had published is Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. I got, listen closely, you know what most advances are? Who has a book here? Come on, you must know. What are most advances? How much do they give you? About 1,000, 5,000, 10,000. If you're a great selling author, they might give you £20,000. Yeah? That would be a lot, wouldn't it? You know what I got? $1 million to write the book. $1 million. You know what my next book's going to get? $3 million. And here's what, for an unpublished author, how could that be? Why? Because I have a audience. That's why. Yes or yes? Because I have seminars. And I have people coming through all the time, and they understand that. When you have, even if you took 1/10 of what I have, you'll be very, very wealthy. Very, very happy. Are you learning something? Yes. All right. The program's very hands-on. It's extremely experiential. You learn something. You practice it. You drill it. You learn it. You practice it. You drill it. You learn it. You practice it. You drill it again and again and again until when you walk out, I promise you this. This is one of those promises. Understand? And don't take my promises lightly. I don't. When I make a promise, I keep it, period. When you walk out of that training program, you will be a better trainer/speaker than 95% of every professional trainer out there right now on the planet. So many walk out of the hall. Already seen. That's how I just said, yes? say, well, I need practice. Yeah, you need a little bit of practice, but trust me, you'll have practice a lot at the course. All right? It's a ton of fun. It's a little challenge. We'll be ready to grow. Now, this program is primarily designed for you to create and teach your own material. Say, my material. My material. Good. But just for your information, we, my company, and Success Resources, we are looking dramatically for trainers to teach our programs. What we teach, we have a lot of programs. One of the reasons we can't teach them all here and in Asia, we don't have enough trainers. We are looking for people to teach our programs also. So this course will teach you how to teach your program. But the best people, or those who want to, will entertain the fact for them to teach our program and work with us in Success Resources in Asia, in Singapore, in Malaysia, in Japan, in Taiwan, in Thailand, in India, in Italy, in everywhere you are. We want to have our program. We can't do it because we don't have the trainers for it. You understand? We're looking for trainers to teach our program. So, this program will teach you how to teach your program, so you always have this to work with, and we'll be always searching for the best people to teach our program to, should you feel like that. Good or good? Now, obviously, we're not going to take anybody who doesn't do this as a prerequisite, okay? Now, once you learn this methodology, you're going to be able to train for yourself or any other organization on the planet for the rest of your life. You'll be on the best stages in the world. This program is your ticket to lifelong success. I'm going to read you just a couple of quick testimonials, if you don't mind, a couple of comments. Did you learn something so far? Yes. I'm telling you right now, you may not have seen yourself as a trainer, but mark my words, you will be so good at it. By the time you're done, you're going to go, wow, I am great at this. And then you're going to start to do it. Now, a couple of quickies here. When I took Train the Trainer, I was planning on becoming a speaker. Halfway through the Train the Trainer course, I realized I didn't want to be a speaker anymore. I wanted to be an accelerated learning trainer that actually changes lives. 3 weeks later, I gave my very first seminar, and I netted $75,000 the first evening out. This system really works. Good or good? Raise your hands if you wouldn't mind making $75,000 the first evening out. Thank you. Look at this one. Look at this. They're handwritten. You know? Hard. With a doctorate in over 30 years as an educator, the most I ever made as an educational consultant was $10,000 a year. Since Train the Trainer, in 2 months, I have signed contracts worth $102,795, and the year isn't even a third over. From $10,000 a year to $102,000 a year.